Robin rescues Bruce from a wizard hideout, which Bruce entered in disguise. Informed of this, the wizard orders 2 of his men liquidated, then sets a deadly trap for Batman and Robin.
Robin. Robin. Breathe through this.
This is Barry Brown with a bulletin that will hit like a bombshell. Information has just reached me of a mysterious tragedy that occurred tonight at an abandoned Marine Street warehouse. The police will learn that 2 victims will be found in a gas-filled storage vault are none other than the supposedly invincible Batman and his boy wonder companion, Robin.
Don't believe everything you hear. Sorry to startle you, Alfred, but any resemblance between us and a couple of ghosts is purely coincidental.
I ought to sue that Brown character.
The fact remains that Mr. Brown knows a great deal more about us than is good for us.
That's right. You know, I wonder how he found out Batman and Robin were in that warehouse.
I don't know. But it's a cinch that the prisoner Commissioner Gordon is holding deliberately made a false confession in order to lead us into a trap.
Maybe he and Brown are working together. All we have to do is prove it.
That's all. I'll call Commissioner Gordon and tell him that Batman and Robin are still alive. And we'll drop in on him first thing in the morning.
This case is loaded with suspects, yet we haven't uncovered a single clue in the whole lot that would help us identify the wizard. Only last night we investigated a warehouse on Marine Street and found exactly nothing.
Dick and I heard some reference made to a warehouse last night on Barry Brown's broadcast.
Brown is suspect number 1 in my book. If Brown isn't the wizard, he'll do till a better suspect comes along.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Barry Brown, this is a surprise.
Hello, Bruce.
Surprise? It's a shock. Don't tell me you've come to give yourself up.
Well, as a matter of fact, I'm low on news copy. I thought perhaps you might have a few scoops you could spare.
Well, if I had, you'd have broadcasted them a long time ago. Who's been feeding you your material?
Well, it's confidential. I'm not at liberty to say.
Well, if I could arrange it, you wouldn't be at liberty, period. Yes, Walker?
Commissioner, our shortwave monitor picked up this message. The voice identified itself as the wizard.
Thank you.
What is it, Commissioner?
It's a threat. The wizard demands that the railroads pay him an unspecified sum to be named later.
And if they refuse?
Professor Hamill's stolen remote control machine will be used to stop every train entering and leaving Gotham City.
What's the deadline?
Just about now. He's going to stop every train for 5 minutes just as a warning.
I'm surprised this hadn't been on Barry Brown's broadcast.
That's right. How about that, Brown?
Now we know how he gets some of his news anyway.
Yes, I know. Every train in Gotham City is affected by the mysterious force. I can only tell you that the unknown wizard is responsible for it. We're doing everything we can.
See you later, Commissioner.
"5 minutes are up."
Too bad. I was just beginning to enjoy this.
You'll get plenty of chance to play with those trains if the railroads refuse to kick in on demand.
They won't dare refuse. I've shown them a sample of my power. Now that Batman is no longer here to help them, they'll meet my terms, or the full force of X-90 will blast their industry to oblivion.
You don't make any mistakes, do you?
No, I don't, Neil. You and Earl better learn that at once. I won't tolerate mistakes from any of my men.
This is your up-to-the-minute news vendor, Barry Brown, interrupting the program now in progress to bring you an emergency bulletin. Through a secret source, I have just learned that Winslow Harrison, president of the Associated Railroads, will personally investigate the strange phenomena that halted all trains for 5 minutes in the Gotham City area today. Harrison is already on his way here. In a long-distance telephone call to Police Commissioner Gordon, he flatly refused to submit to any blackmail attempts by the wizard, regardless of the consequences. And now for other news.
What's bothering you?
Harrison's safety. The wizard must have heard that broadcast. Perhaps he even inspired it.
Yeah, Harrison's decision must have really knocked the props out from under his blackmail scheme.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. And what's to prevent the wizard from attacking Harrison on his way here?
Batman and Robin might.
I'll check with Gordon and find out his route.
Are you sure we're headed in the right direction?
Gordon said this is the right road.
And the wizard and his men may be around here somewhere.
But they won't expect us. Commissioner Gordon is the only man who knows Batman and Robin are still alive.
There's a car coming up behind us.
Round that next curve, then stop. Surprised to find us alive?
No, I didn't believe Barry Brown's report of your death.
Why are you following us?
Well, did it ever occur to you that only the wizard's men would know of your supposed demise?
What of it?
Well, doesn't that mean that Barry Brown is tied up with them? Maybe even leading them?
I've suspected Brown for some time. But you haven't answered my question.
Does Bruce Wayne know that you're driving his car?
Of course.
You know, if I didn't know Bruce Wayne so well, I'd almost think that you and he were the same man.
That's absurd. And you won't tell me where you're going, I'll tell you. You saw us on the way here, knew we were on a mission, and followed us to get some pictures for your magazine.
Any objections?
Not up until now, but this is as far as you go.
Oh, is that so? And just how do you expect to stop me?
By keeping your key.
You mean you're going to keep me stranded out here in this wilderness?
Not for long. As soon as I can get to a phone, I'll call Bruce and tell him to come get you.
Car's coming.
You sure it's Harrison's?
The license checks.
Neil to headquarters. Neil calling headquarters.
Come in, Neil.
Harrison's car's approaching.
Remote control mechanism is ready for operation. Stand by.
Stopping, all right. You stand by. The rest of you come with me.
What's the matter with it, Martin?
I don't know, Mr. Harrison. It just stopped.
My appointment in Gotham City is less than an hour away.
Your appointment has been canceled, Mr. Harrison.
What is this?
Just play along. You'll find out.
What?
I'll help Harrison. You take care of those other fellas.
Right.
Batman, how did you get here?
Never mind that. Let's get to that cabin.
Batman and Harrison are in the cabin.
Why didn't you take care of them?
I left a little package in there to do that.
Then we'll make sure they don't get out. Cover the other side.
You stay here. I'll check on Robin.
What's the matter with that clock? Look at my watch. The second hand's racing. What's causing all this?
That's what I'd like to know.
What is in this mysterious package? Is the wizard finally to come into the open? Be sure to see Robin Meets the Wizard, Chapter 8 of Batman and Robin at this theater next week.